A calorie is a unit of energy. It is the amount of energy required to heat up 1 liter of water by 1 Celsius. You might wonder how that is relevant to food. Our bodies ultimately extract energy from the bonds in carbohydrates, fats, and proteins, just like a car does from petrol. This is why we use calories to measure the energy content of food. You get roughly 4 calories for every gram of carbohydrates or proteins and 9 calories for every gram of fat. But last I checked, our bodies are not car engines. We need to extract energy at a slower pace. Billions of years of evolution has given us the biological machinery that is able to extract energy from food over days, weeks, and months. Ancient humans did not eat 3 times a day. They ate when food was available. So we evolved a metabolism that is both able to give you energy when you need it and store it as fat for days when there is no food. The process is deceptively simple. You eat food and your small intestine extracts all the things that it can extract, and your blood delivers glucose, fatty acids, and amino acids to every part of your body. Your body requires 70% of the calories in your daily food to just keep you alive. Heart, brain, every single cell. 10% is required just to digest your food, and that leaves 20% for physical activity. Any excess unused glucose is turned into fat and deposited under your skin and sometimes, unfortunately, inside your blood vessels. So no matter what you eat, carbohydrates, protein, or fat, they all go through the same few metabolic pathways and either end up getting used by your body or stored as fat. So if you are looking to lose weight, exercise alone is not going to make a difference. Remember, it's only 20% of your daily calories. So you do have to count the calories in the food that you eat and reduce them over time.
Unfortunately, it's not that simple. Calorie counting is inaccurate, to say the least. Firstly, calories are grossly miscalculated right up front. Secondly, consumption is not the same as absorption. That means, while you may consume X calories, different people will absorb different amounts of those X calories. And this varies based on genetics, gut integrity, lifestyle, and many other factors. Thirdly, raw food gives you fewer calories than cooked food, and different macronutrients work differently, simply because of the amount of energy it takes to break down that food before it is absorbed into the body. For example, with respect to protein, about 30% of its calories are used up in just breaking it down and making it into usable energy. This is not the case with carbohydrates or fats. And all this is for individual ingredients. When it comes to cooked food, it is even more inaccurate because we have a lot of ingredients that go into each dish or each food. And when we talk about one food, it means different things to different people. What is sambar to me is not the same to you. My sambar might have different ingredients in different quantities than yours. So there is really no one accurate way of saying how many calories are there in 1 cup of any specific food item. So the key here is not to worry about accuracy. Instead, be aware of how calorie dense different foods and ingredients are and use that knowledge to make smart food choices.
Calorie counting apps are notoriously inaccurate for Indian food. So here are a simple few visual heuristics to help you count calories in a typical Indian meal. A fist-sized piece of white meat, fish or chicken, 200 to 300 calories. If you think you have a larger hand, use the higher number. A fist-sized piece of red meat, 300 to 450 calories. A cup of any kind of dal, from chana to rajma to tur dal, 200 calories. A cup of cooked green vegetables, 50 calories without oil, 100 calories with oil and tadka. A cup of cooked starchy vegetables like potatoes and carrots, 100 to 150 calories without oil, 150 to 200 calories with oil. A cup of cooked grains, rice, millets, quinoa, rava, 200 calories. 1 chapati, 70 calories without ghee, 100 calories with ghee. 1 paratha, 100 to 250 calories based on size, stuffing, and oil.
1 puri has anywhere from 100 to 150 calories based on the size of the puri. One egg has about 70 calories if consumed boiled or raw or without anything else added to it. If it is a scramble or an omelette, it roughly has about 100 calories because of the additional oil that's being added to it. A slice of bread is typically anywhere from 70 to 120 calories based on the size of the bread. One dosa contains about 100 to 150 calories if you're talking about the ones that are made at home, and this varies a little bit based on size and oil used. But if you're consuming this dosa at a restaurant, it has about 2 to 3 times the amount of calories. One idli has about 50 calories. 1 cup of milk or curd contains about 150 calories, where 1 cup is 240 ml. This is the same with coffee or tea, as long as you don't add sugar. With sugar, it gets close to 200 calories. 1 cup of juice, anywhere from 100 to 150 calories, based on the type of fruit and the amount of sugar that's added to the juice. A banana has about 75 to 125 calories based on size. Typically, medium-sized fruits like apples, oranges have about 100 calories, give or take a few. A glass of milkshake, well, it's hard to tell, but if you're counting calories, you shouldn't be drinking milkshakes. Cooking oils, 1 tablespoon of any cooking oil contains 130 calories. This is true with any regular cooking oil, ghee, butter, and even lard. And this also means 1 teaspoon of any cooking oil contains about 45 calories.
Fats can be tricky. If the dishes you eat feel oily, then use a higher number of calories. And in general, assume that the restaurant version of a dish has 2 to 3 times more calories than the version you make at home. In summary, let's reiterate. These calorie counts are not necessarily accurate because we are likely erring on the higher side. But if you apply it consistently and focus on eating less today than you did yesterday or last week, then it can be useful. We will keep updating the caption beneath this reel for all the dishes that we might have left out in the reel.